celem se celem se nila na celem se nila na swami na tani daya ek celem se nila na swami na tani daya ek tala chini ne sagada kori de tala chini ne sagada kori de tala jala nelu ko bhaiya tala chini ne sagada kori de tala jala nelu ko bhaiya papada pagasa gaga pagasa sa sa ga sa da ni da sa ni ga sa pagasa ga sa ga pagasa ga pa ga pa da ni da ga pa da pa sa ga pa da ni da sa ni pa da pa ni da ga pa ga da pa sa ga pa da ni sa ga pa sa ni da pa da pa ga sa ga ni da chalamu se das hridaya nivasa das hridaya nivasa das hridaya nivasa das hridaya nivasa da pa ga sa ni da ni sa ga pa da sa hridaya nivasa da pa ga pa sa ga pa da sa pa ga da pa ni da pa ga sa ni da sa ga pa da ni da sa hridaya nivasa da ni da pa ga sa ni da pa da ni sa pa ga da pa ni da pa da ni ga sa ga ni sa pa ga sa ni da pa da ni sa ni da pa ga da pa sa ni da sa hridaya nivasa sa ga sa ni da pa ga sa ni da ni sa ga sa ni da pa ga sa ni da ni sa ga pa da ni sa ga pa da ni sa.
Namaste, Poland. How are you all doing? Has the rain been bothering you, or do you see it as a blessing? Personally, I have been considering it a blessing bestowed upon us. Isn't everything a matter of perspective, whether it brings happiness or sadness? Well, indeed it is. Last time you were blessed with wisdom and knowledge from Lord Ganesha himself. But today you're going to learn about one of my beloved lords, Mahadev, also known as Shiva. Yes, he is the father of Lord Ganesha and Lord Kartikeya. While last time I gave you insights about Lord Ganesha, I didn't mention his brother Lord Kartikeya. I will provide you with a little insight into who he is. But today, The main focus will be on Lord Shiva. His auspicious day, Mahashivratri, is just around the corner on 8th of March. And you will get to learn what Mahashivratri is, who Lord Shiva is, and what significance he holds in our Hindu philosophy. To learn about Hindu philosophy and deep learning about life on Namaste Polska, present to you by yours truly, Kushi.
This is Namaste Polska. My experience in Poland and knowledge about Indian culture shared only on Namaste Polska. Broadcast hosted by Kushi.
When we talk about Lord Shiva, we often mention his two sons, Kartikeji and Sri Ganesha. However, in South India, Kartikeya is a widely discussed deity. This can be attributed to various culture, influences, and regional traditions. Now let's delve into Kartikeya's original story. Long time ago, there was a demon called Tarkasur who desired immortality and the conquest of heaven. He sought a boon from Brahma, the creator, who refused him an eternal life but granted that he could only be slain by Lord Shiva's son. Tarkasur believed that Shiva, grieving over the loss of his wife Sati, wouldn't have a child, making him invincible. The gods were eagerly waiting for Shiva's son, who was destined to defeat Tarkasur. Parvati, Shiva's wife, started praying to win his heart, meaning Shiva's heart. With Brahma's help, they got married. However, despite their union, no child was born. Concerned, the god sent Agni, English translated the fire, a query about the delay. Agni, interrupting a moment of seclusion between Shiva and Parvati, caused Shiva's seed to spill. To ensure the birth of promised son, Agni took the form of pigeon and swallowed the seed. Unable to bear the heat, Agni released the seed into the Ganga river. From the divine seed emerged a child with 6 heads, nurtured by 6 celestials' mother, known as the Kritikas. They named him Sadanand. When Parvati learned of his birth, she merged the heads into one, giving him the birth to Kartikeya. The Kartikeya grew up. He became a hero by defeating a bad guy named Tarkasur, bringing peace to the heavens. He also called the god of war and became the leader of the god's army. There are many visions, or I must say versions, in the race. It's a competition. It was stipulated that whoever circumnavigates the entire creation of sky and earth first and returns will emerge victorious. Kartikeya's vehicle was a peacock, and he majestically began circling. Meanwhile, Ganesha, seated below, was immobile, and his poor mouse wasn't moving either. So what could they do? Ultimately, what Ganesha did was he noticed that Shiva and Parvati were seated together. So he sat atop his mouse and started spinning around them. After circling 3 times, he returned. Everyone assumed Kartikeya had won, but when the verdict was announced, Shiva declared that Ganesha was victor. Everyone asked how, and Shiva explained that for a child, their father is the sky and their mother is the earth. So, although Kartikeya completed the physical task, Ganesha symbolically fulfilled it. Thus, when he circled me and Parvati, me meaning Shiva, he encircled both the sky and earth. Hence his victory. Ganesha was overjoyed, and while Kartikeya was very furious. Feeling upset and angry over losing the competition, Kartikeya left Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. He decided to travel to the southern region of India, where he settled atop a mountain. a mountain later came to be known as Palani Hills in Tamil Nadu. Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati, then concerned about Kartikeya's departure, followed him to Palani Hills. There, they tried to console him and explain the importance of the lessons he learned. Lord Kartikeya, upon realizing the significance of devotion and humility, reconciled with his parents and returned to Kailash. And that's why Kartikeya is also known as Murugan and why he worshipped a lot in southern India. Lord Kartikeya, also known as Subramanya or Lord Murugan, is a very important god in Hinduism. He represents goddess, youth, and strength. People celebrate his victory over evil in a big festival called Thaipusam. The festival happens on a full moon day of the 10th of Tamil month called Thai, usually in January and February. During Thaipusam, people come across to thank Lord Murugan for his goodness. They walk in a parade asking for his blessing and keeping promises they made to him. One of the main things they do during the festival is called Kavadi Atam. In this ritual, some people pierce their bodies as a way to show their devotion to Lord Murugan. Others carry pots of milk to honor him. Piercing themselves during Thaipusam isn't just about feeling pain. It's a special way for people to show how much they love and believe in Lord Murugan. It reminds them that with faith, they can overcome any challenges just like he did. These two sons, Kartikeya and Ganesha, both demonstrate how Shiva and Shakti's partnership result in their creation. According to popular beliefs, goddess Parvati created Ganesha, but he was not complete until Lord Shiva touched him with his hand. All right, folks, let's take a quick break and dive into the divine vibes with a soul-stirring song dedicated to the Almighty Lord Shiva, but ready to be uplifted as we submerge ourselves in the delightful melodies. Stay tuned, as in just a few moments, we'll go deeper into the fascinating stories.
जय हो शंकरा आदिदेव शंकरा तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह मेरा कर्म तू ही जाने क्या बुरा है क्या भला तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला तेरे नाम की जोत ने सारा हर लिया तमस मेरा नमो नमो जी शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा नमो नमो जी शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा के जन्म से भी पहले तेरा वास था ये जग रहे या ना रहे रहेगी तेरी आस था क्या समय क्या प्रलय दोनों में तेरी महानता 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 सीपियों की ओट में मोतिया हो जिस तरह मेरे मन में शंकरा तू बसा है उस तरह मुझे भरम था जो है मेरा था कभी नहीं मेरा अर्थ क्या निरर्थ क्या जो भी है सभी तेरा तेरे सामने है झुका मेरे सर पे हाथ रख तेरा नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा ललाट पे भस्म है भुजाओं में वस्त्र बाघ छाल का है खड़ा पाँव में प्यास क्या हो तुझे गंगा है तेरी जटाओं में जटाओं में जटाओं में दूसरों के वास्ते तू सदैव ही जिया मांगा कुछ कभी नहीं तूने सिर्फ है दिया समुद्र मंथन का था समय जो आ पड़ा द्वंद्व दोनों लोक में विषामृत पे था छिड़ा अमृत सभी मैं बांट के प्याला विष का तूने खुद पिया नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा नमो नमो जय शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा
Hello again, my listeners. After this beautiful song, I'm just super excited to begin the understanding of Lord Shiva. So let's start. Shiva, otherwise known as the Destroyer, is one of the most important deities in the Hindu pantheon. As one of the three supreme gods, sitting alongside with Brahma, the creator, and Vishnu, the preserver, Shiva plays a key role throughout the philosophy of Hinduism. Although his title of destroyer may suggest a villainous role, Shiva is a far more complex figure. So, who really is Shiva? And what does he represent? Let's find out together. There are a few different stories that claim to explain the birth of Shiva, but the most popular begins with an argument between Brahma and Vishnu, with each claiming that they were the strongest of the gods. Suddenly, in the middle of the argument, a blazing pillar appeared. This pillar is well known as a shining lingam. Its branches and roots reached farther away than the ends of the earth and heaven. Reacting swiftly, Brahma transformed himself into a goose and flew to the top of the lingam, but he could not find it. Vishnu, on the other hand, transformed into a boar and tunneled through the earth to find the roots of the lingam, but he was equally unable to reach his goal. With neither god able to locate the end, Brahma came across a ketki flower that had placed at the top of the linga which floated down. Lord Brahma then lied to Lord Vishnu by saying that he had reached the top by using this flower as his proof. They returned to where they started just in time to see Shiva appear angrily from the inside of the lingam in front of them. He punished Lord Brahma and cursed him that no one would ever pray to him. Lord Shiva made them realize there was a third power mightier than them. Shiva, the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer of the universe. The Shivling is often misunderstood as a symbol of reproductive anatomy, but in reality, it represents various divine aspects. It comprises distinct sections. The lower portion, known as the Brahma bag, symbolizes creation. The middle part, called the Vishnu bag, represents preservation, and it is encircled by Shakti, signifying power, which is visible. The upper part, referred to as the Rudra bag, symbolizes destruction or cleansing force, where the jal, is typically offered. When the gaze is upon the Shivling, it embodies the union of Shakti and Shiva, illustrating the manifestation of formless divinity in tangible form. This presence is not only in the stone or mountains, but also within oneself. Worshipping Shiv encompasses a reference for all divine entities, symbolizing the universe. The Shivalinga serves as a chinna, a symbol, representation aiding meditation, allowing one to perceive the formless. The black stone, often offered milk and water, is not to be confused with the misguiding belief of ununified, uninformed youth. Instead, it holds profound spiritual significance. Shiva plays many roles in Hinduism and presents many qualities. One of the most well-known responsibilities of Shiva is as the destroyer. In Hinduism, the universe is thought to regenerate and cycle. At the end of each cycle, Shiva destroys the universe and everything in it, but not out of vindictiveness or evil, but to allow a rebirth and creation of a new cycle to begin. He must destroy the universe in order for it to be recreated. As an example of the complexity of this character, in complete juxtaposition to his role as the destroyer, one of the Shiva's other key responsibilities is to dance. His dancing symbolizes truth and is meant to rid the world of ignorance and help to end the suffering of those who worship him. Sometimes referred to as the Lord of Dance, it is said that the rhythm of his dance served as a metaphor for the balance of the universe. These two roles combine harmoniously for his most important dance of all, the Tandav. It is known as the cosmic dance of death and is only performed at the end of the cycle when the universe is to be destroyed. Shiva is also the great abstaining from all forms of indulgence and pleasure, concentrating rather on meditation as a means to find perfect happiness. He also, however, has a darker side as the leader of evil spirits, ghosts, and as the master of thieves, villains, and beggars. Shiva is usually shown in a yogic position. He has a blue face and a throat, while his body is either white or blue, depending on the artistic representation. He has a third eye, which represents his insights and wisdom. Some believe that the extra eye holds onto his untamed energy. The cobra snake around his neck signifies his power over dangerous creatures. It is said that the cobra symbolizes Shiva's power of destruction. It's scary, isn't it? Just as the snake sheds its skin to make way for new skin, Shiva destroys the universe to make room for recreation. Shiva is also known with the trident, which is known as Trishul, represents the three functions of the Hinduist triumvirate. It should also be noted that while other gods are shown with lavish clothing and belongings, Shiva is usually shown with simple clothing and backgrounds. His wife by his side, as their relationship is equal. Shiva is also as a smiling and tranquil god despite being the destroyer. His half-open eyes are said to symbolize the cycle of the universe. When he opens his eye, a new cycle of creation starts. But if he ever closes them, this is the start of the end of the universe. Hope you understand the sentence. If maybe, but I will repeat it. This is the start of the end of the universe. There are 3 lines of ashes on Shiva's forehead. They are known as Eviguti and are meant to symbolize the immortality of Shiva and his manifested glory. Shiva is usually shown wearing the skin of an elephant and a deer. The elephant skin represents pride, while the deer skin represents the flickering mind. Wearing both shows that Shiva has conquered both vices. Shiva also wears a necklace made from 108 beads, formed from seeds of Rudraksha tree. Rudraksha beads are dried stones from a fruit of, don't mind the spelling, it's really hard, Elacaropus genitrus tree. Maybe go search on it. What is Rudraksha tree on Google? The beads are said to be represented all the elements used in the creation of the world. The necklace illustrates how Shiva is firm in his laws and strictly maintains law or order. There are many tales about Shiva, as you would expect such an important figure in the pantheon. Many speak of his self-sacrifice, such as the time when Vasuki, the king of serpents, threatened to vomit snake venom across the seas. Sounds scary. Shiva, assuming the form of a giant tortoise or turtle, collected the venom in his palm and drank it. The poison burned his throat and left a permanent blue scar. Hence, one of his many titles became Nilkantha or Blue Throat. Or the time when he was able to tame the scared Ganga river. Sorry, I meant sacred. Happens sometimes. I have a bad throat today. Bear with me. So, the sacred Ganga rivers, which flows from the Himalayas, at one time, the Ganga passed only through the heavens, leaving the earth dry. Oh, that's selfish. After the course of this river was changed, it became a raging torrent and threatened to flood the earth. Shiva stood beneath the river and let its waters flow through his hair to calm the torrent. Another celebrated episode describes how Shiva became associated with the bull Nandi. Everyone knows Nandi. One day, Surbi, who was the original mother of all the world's cows, began to give birth to an untold number of perfectly white cows. The milk from all of these cows flooded the home of Shiva. Somewhere in the Himalayas, it made him angry at this disturbance to his meditation. The god struck the cows with fire from his third eye. In consequence, patches of the cows' hides were turned brown. Still angry, the other gods sought to calm Shiva down by offering him a magnificent bull, Nandi, the son of Surbi and Kasayapa, which Shiva accepted and rode. Nandi also became the protector of all the animals. One of the very reasons why the India consider cow as a sacred animal, as it is believed to be the earthly representative of the divine. and milk delivered, believed to be have the purifying effect on human bodies. Shiva's wife is Parvati, often reincarnated as Ma Kali and Ma Durga. She is in fact a reincarnation of Sati, the daughter of god Daksha. Daksha did not approve of Sati's marriage to Shiva and in response held a special sacrificial ceremony to all the gods except Shiva. Outraged at this sight, Shiva threw herself on the sacrificial fire. Shiva reacted to this tragedy by creating two demons from his hair, who wreaked havoc on the ceremony and beheaded Daksha, one of the being known as Kal Bhairav. The other gods appealed to Shiva to end the violence, and complying, he brought Daksha back to life, but with the head of Ram or goat, not Sri Ram. Sati was eventually reincarnated as Parvati in the next life. Even though Shiva was reluctant to move forward, he was deeply sorrowful over the loss of Sati and initially rejected Ma Parvati. However, Parvati performed intense austerity, engaging in deep meditation to win back Lord Shiva's affection. Eventually, Lord Brahma intervened to facilitate their union, and Parvati remarried Shiva. This reunion of the majestic god and goddesses is celebrated as the auspicious day of Mahashivratri, which is falling on the 8th of March. In parts of India, many women observes a fast known as Shravan Somvar. This is mainly focused on the parts of Maharashtra, which corresponds to the lunar Hindu calendar months of July and August, specifically on Mondays. This practice continues throughout the entire month, with women fasting to ensure the long life of their husbands. Unmarried women also participates, hoping to attract their desired husband through this ritual. No, it's not black magic. It's just a ritual. Woman does that. I hope you have developed deep admiration for Lord Shiva, the deity of both destruction and meditation. However, in one podcast, it's hardly enough to encompass all the tales of Lord Mahadev and his sacrifices made to attain peace in the world. There are misconceptions about him consuming marijuana or other intoxicants alleviate poison effects, which is utter nonsense. No Puranas or Vedas mention him consuming such substances. Instead, he deeply engaged in meditation on the name of Sri Krishna. It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gitas and other Puranas. He represents an ultimate consciousness doesn't mean that he used to consume marijuana. He always wanted to embody peace and calmness in our restless mind, unrelated to any substances. It's concerning how some distort his image to justify their indulge in marijuana or any other substances just like bhang. Although in India, we usually, as an offering, offer the bhang. Shiva's association is with goodness, benevolence, and protection, as much as with destruction, creation, and time. He remains a captivating deity in Hinduism, evoking respect and fascination worldwide. Let's end with fitting song acknowledging Shiva's presence within us all, bowing to our own consciousness. Har Har Mahadev.
आग बहे तेरी रग में तुझसा कहाँ कोई जग में है वक्त का
उसका वो सब गाना इनका उनका वही है माला वही है मन का मस्त मलंग वो अपनी धुन का जंतर मंतर तंत्र ज्ञानी है सर्वज्ञ स्वाभिमानी मृत्युंजय है महाविनाशी ओंकार है इसी की वाणी भांग धतूरा बेल का पत्ता तीनों लोग इसी की सत्ता स्पीकर भी अडिग अमर है महादेव हर हर है जत्ता वही शून्य है वही इकाई वही शून्य है वही इकाई वही शून्य है वही इकाई जिसके भीतर बसा शिवाय तो बोलो हर 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 तो बोलो हर हर हर
अघोराणां परो मन्त्र नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरोः परादिम् नगेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मारंगाय महेश्वराय नित्याशुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै कराय नमः शिवाय शिव रक्ष माम शिव पाहि माम शिव त्राहि माम शिव रक्ष माम शिव पाहि माम शिव पाहि माम महादेव जी त्वं पाहि माम शरणागतं त्वं पाहि माम अव रक्ष माम शिव पाहि माम शिव
आंख मूंद कर देख रहा है साथ समय के खेल रहा है महादेव महा एकाकी जिसके लिए जगत है झांकी जना में गंगा चांद मुकुट है सौम्य कभी कभी बड़ा विकट है आग से जन्मा है कैलाशी शक्ति जिसकी तरस की प्यासी है प्यासी हाँ प्यासी राम भी उसका रावण उसका जीवन उसका मरण भी उसका तांडव है और ध्यान भी वो है अज्ञानी का ज्ञान भी वो है आंख तीसरी जब ये खोले हिले धरा और स्वर्ग भी डोले गूंज उठे हर दिशा क्षितिज में नाद उसी का बम बम बोले वही शून्य है वही इकाई वही शून्य है वही इकाई वही शून्य है वही इकाई जिसके भीतर बसा शिवाय
तू ही शिवा तुझ में ही शिवा कोई नहीं यहाँ तेरे सिवा उड़ा राख अग्नि को ज्वाला तू कर मिटा दे अंधेरे तू बन के शहर
तो बोलो हर हर जा जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश जा कर विनाश जा जा के लाश